What is going on, everybody? It is Season 5, Episode 1 here on the Crew 2, and with that brought us a bunch of new summits and, well, new items to unlock for that matter. So obviously this is Porsche Addict 2. Before we get into that summit, though, I'm going to show the up-and-coming ones. Obviously in this one we do get the Platinum Award, the Orange Prismatic Nitro, which is basically the same thing as the green one, but it's orange. And then in the Rallycross we have the Legendary Half-Set Boosted. Looks like a Nitro Chemist, which could be very useful in the Rallycross class. The followers will probably have to get taken off there because I don't really think that'd be useful in any way for the Nitro Chemist class. Silver, we have the Porsche 911 GT parts there, which I'd say many people might already have those. But moving over, we have the American Bikers here in Platinum, and Indian Scout, the Cruiser Edition. That thing honestly looks pretty awesome. Fading Stars window tint in gold, and then the second part of the Rallycross boosted set as well there. So taking a look at this summit, basically all bikes. If you guys do like motorcycles and all that, this is going to be a pretty fun summit to do. We got some street races, motocross, rally raid. Very nice mix of events here. Looking forward to this one. That Escape's probably going to be a pretty interesting one most likely. But it's already on the street, so it shouldn't be too bad. You know, whenever I see off-road ones, I wonder if I have to drive my hypercar down a mountain again. Nonetheless, moving over, we have the Downtown Pursuit, which is the Nitro Chemist boosted in the street class. I'm not really too sure how I feel about those perks on there. I know a lot of the perks on the Nitro Chemist set, honestly, sometimes just don't do that good. And it looks like those two I had a set on pretty much similar to that in the touring cars, and they just did not do very good, honestly. So at least you get a Nitro Chemist set for the street cars, and you can actually change them, which is cool. Then in gold, we have Catch Me Underglow, which I don't really need to say much about that. And then obviously the Koenigsegg Agera R Drift Edition over there, which I think most people probably already have that. Obviously bronze, we have the followers there. Moving over to the Salem's Ride, Platinum, the Salem Light Rooftop, which looks pretty interesting. And then half-set Rally Raid. I cannot believe they're bringing this back, guys. This is insane. The Score Breaker set for the Rally Raid class. Looks like the exact same one we had before, where it makes your vehicle like 87% higher. That's why everybody uses the Rally Raid vehicles, even if the Slaloms are on the street, because this set is absolutely ridiculous. But I did notice one big thing here. It doesn't actually matter in the summits. No matter, like, it honestly really doesn't matter if you guys have the regular Score Breaker or the extra 12 or 14% on there, whatever it is. I noticed it actually doesn't matter too much on the actual summit, so if you guys don't have that set, it's okay. But this is another chance to grab that. I'm actually really surprised they're bringing that back. Obviously, spare parts and then the followers. Now, jumping right into the Porsche Addict 2 summit here, let's start right off with the Speedtrap. So this one's honestly pretty easy. It's more of more annoyance than anything because it's like turns and stuff. Sometimes the NPCs get in the way, but I did run the Corvette Stingray drag car because this thing is incredible. I got like 358 miles an hour, really not too bad. The biggest thing here is watch out for the NPCs that randomly appear out of nowhere. And this one has some turns in it, so sometimes the drag cars can be pretty wonky to drive in these. And then moving over to the Slalom, I actually ran the Ducati Panigale R because I really do think these bikes are insanely good on these. You could also run like an Alpha GP vehicle or something like that. I'm sure you guys jump in on one of these. You'll probably see a lot of people using the Rally Raid vehicles because of that crazy Score Breaker set. But I did notice it really doesn't matter because luckily the bikes and all that in the other vehicles and the other classes with the regular Score Breaker sets can also get you around 155k, which is pretty much maxed out. You really don't need to go for the 156 or 157. I don't really think that is needed on these. Then moving over to the Escape, I did run the drag car again because the Corvette is incredible, especially on this one. This one requires you to go down the Stormdrain and jump onto the highway and then pretty much go as fast as you possibly can imagine to go on the highway to get away from the circle. It's really not that bad. The hardest part's actually jumping onto the highway from the Stormdrain, but I do think I got it down. Kind of want to aim for the middle of the pillars. You can hit the top of the actual bridge there and pretty much land on the highway. That might be your best bet on that one. Moving over to the street race in the Porsche. This is downtown LA South. The Porsche's a really good vehicle. This was a pretty fun race. They did take some of the cuts out, though. The one where you can actually go over that little diamond area as well with a water is, you pretty much can't do that anymore, which makes sense because a lot of these races have a lot of cuts in them. Then moving over to the hypercar, this would be the Hollywood race. I think everybody knows this race pretty well. It's one of my favorite ones to grind or do stuff on it, all that. Pretty fun race to do. I ran the Bugatti Divo because the Bugatti is incredibly reliable. I love this thing. The drag race, I ran the Corvette Stingray again. I didn't do that great on this one. Well, I thought I did anyway, and I actually got 10.5 seconds, which I thought was pretty good. Santa Monica's a pretty long one. There's also like that little hump in the road as well. For some reason, it's like a tiny hill, I guess. And, well, that can definitely mess you. If you guys hit your nitrous before that, I try to hit my nitrous after hitting that. Seemed like a really good way to do it. And then moving over to the Rallycross race. Honestly, this race is pretty fun. Central Valley could be a pretty tough one depending on, the settings on your vehicle. The Porsche 911 GT3 in the Rallycross class is just honestly not that good of a car. I put decent settings on. I recommend trying those out because I was struggling pretty hard before. This car was actually kind of failing me a little bit, but these settings are pretty decent. I recommend trying them out. The biggest thing is watch the AI, because you guys will definitely be pretty much destroying them in the race. You'll probably end up catching up to them. They could get in your way on turns and all that as well, so be careful. Then over here on the street race, downtown LA East in the Lamborghini Superleggera is so much fun. My goodness, I love this car, and this race has pretty much been a lot of summits. I think it was actually in the recent one as well. It's a fun race to do. It's just got a lot of turns and all that, and, well, you know, using the Superleggera makes this a lot more fun. But moving over to the last race in the summit is going to be the 911 Carrera RSR Turbo. Now, you actually get to drive this on the sleeper, which is actually a lot of fun. I really would like Ubisoft to give us an option to drive other vehicles in like other races like this, because you guys will see how entertaining it is driving a different class vehicle in some of these events. It's just honestly a really good time. The Carrera is actually a really good car. The shifting's its only downfall, but this car is really, the handling is amazing, the speed, it's absolutely incredible. Anyway, let's jump into the summit. If you guys got any questions at all, let me know in the comments below.